Chai FM, 101.9 megahertz of life.
Let's start learning all about the art of chalk drawing. I always have memories of, being in class, and that is where it belonged only. What our teachers could draw on the board, and that, it kind of restricts your outlook as to where chalk drawing was and where you thought it would always be. But no, this art form has certainly expanded in the world. Well, Tony Luza is joining us now on the line. Tony is going to tell us all about the art of chalk drawing. Tony is an artist from Chalkboard Artists. Tony, good afternoon to you. Thanks so much for joining us on the show.
Good afternoon, Mike, and thank you for having me.
No, great to have you on board, Tony, and thanks for availing your time to talk to us all about the art of chalk drawing and how far it has progressed in the world up until now. Tony, let's begin, if I can ask you, what drew your attention to chalk drawing?
What drew my attention, first of all, I am an artist. I went to school as an artist. Tony Luza, as I can say about myself, I'm an accomplished multidisciplinary artist. I'm a painter, graphic designer, and a musician as well. And when I'm doing graphic design, what took my attention to become a chalk artist, the majority or many clients, they can come to you as an artist. They want you to draw, to come with the idea so you can represent the idea via chalkboard. So it was really taking my attention. So from there, as an artist, as long we know all that chalkboard is also a visual art, one of the art style. So that's how now I went deep. Although at school I learned about painting and graphic designing, but chalkboard now, from there now I've developed the skills of chalkboard from that.
Okay, so as you've mentioned, you've done graphic design, you've done painting and drawing, but now what do you find is more challenging as an art medium, chalk drawing as an art medium as compared to other mediums?
And the challenge really, I can say, there's no much challenges in chalkboard is if you are an artist, because you are still doing art, but you're using a different material only. When it comes to art, we are using most of the time acrylic and painting. And
certainly, right.
But when it comes to chalkboard, we have a specific product you need to use, like a chalk. It can be a chalk paint, a chalk marker, or different type of chalk. So that is a specific way of art, but still the same way of drawing. It's still a visual art, if I can say. So When it comes to challenges, the same challenges we are facing by drawing, by making a work of art or painting is almost the same challenge you can have. If I can break it down, the difference can be only when you are painting your own painting in your workshop, you are free to create what you have in your mind. But when you go to a chalkboard, majority of the time, it's client who's going to tell you what they think you can do for them. And now, according to your creativity as an artist, you need to produce, you need to give them what they want via your art skill.
Right. Actually, Tony, why I broached that subject is because, look, I do painting. I use acrylics mainly. I also do oil painting, landscapes and still life. So, all right, why I'm asking you that is because with chalk, obviously, you've got a different approach to applying tone and color and intensity to your drawings. So, yes, what does one need to be mindful about that?
Mindful about chalkboard, first of all, I can say the way as long you are artist and about artists, it's just about the creativity. And for that only, the difference, if I can say about it, and mindful about chalkboard is only having that ability, I can say ability of creating, about creativity as well.
Okay.
Because it's similar, when you are using, we use monochromy majority of a chalkboard.
Right. So that is what I was hoping you would broach, because yes, it is a bit more tricky to show the shape and the form and the contrast between objects and shall we say different forms or whatever you're interpreting.
That's correct, because when you are doing a sketch, the base of any painting as an artist, the sketch is the base, the foundations. When you have a skill about how you can come with a shadow, and when you are doing your sketch, it's the same thing. The difference only the chalkboard. Majority of our chalkboard, we're using the background; they are dark.
Right.
Can be green or black.
Exactly.
Yes,
So the
that-
background will govern
Yes.
your intensity of whatever
Yes.
other colors you're going to use, which will eventually define your objects or your forms.
That's correct. And now then, by doing just the training of now, you need to invest your ability of your knowledge about the lighting and the shade. That's
Okay.
what now, because when you have a white background, now the shade, most of the time you need to use your shade as a black.
Right.
But now when you come to chalkboard, now you need to invest it. Now you need to convert it. Your black now become white. That is the difference now. The majority of the challenge people are having on that. But when you go via similar small practice, that's how you can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Okay,
Yeah.
Tony, sorry, we have to go to a short break. When we come back, let's elaborate now. Let's take it from the beginning as to how we would begin tackling chalkboard drawings or depictions. But yes, as I mentioned, we will unpack that when we come back. Tony Luza, artist from Chalkboard Artist, joining us on the line, talking to us about the art of chalk drawing. We'll be back after this.
High FM, your station of choice since 2008.
Well, time check. It's just about going 18 and a half minutes to 4. If you've just joined us, welcome to the first hour of the Afternoon Overdrive on 101.9 Chai FM. I'm Michael McKenna. Joining me on the line, we have Tony Luza, who's an artist from Chalkboard Artist. Tony, once again, thanks for joining us. Okay, so somebody's asking, if I want to attempt chalk art, chalk drawing, where do I start? What are the basics?
The basics when you want to do chalkboard, I always recommend people to do fine art school, or you can be next to the artist. Somebody who's doing, other people, they can be a self-learn and they can be next to the artist getting some training. That's how. But there are some school of art. When you go about visual art, that's how you can develop really about chalkboard art.
Okay. And how is it really catching on? How is chalk art catching on?
This industry really, there are few artists who want to go for this challenge of a chalkboard. The demand is really too much, but we are few artists because we really, most of the time you can be there, you can have 4 or 5 businesses at the same time, but you don't have time to go for all of them.
Right.
And if you check even online, we are few of artists because the way I was saying, people are not really, as artists, we are most of us limiting in painting different style like landscape, all of those
Right.
abstraction and limiting that. But yeah, we don't want to concentrate only doing the side of a graphic design and trying to produce chalk art. Chalk art is really wanted now. Many people, they
Yes.
want it, especially when it comes to winter time,
Okay.
coffee shop and all over. Yes, they really, we are few of us on ground. So it will be really good to have more artists. And if somebody really wanted to do it, it's good that you can go for art school or next to the artist. So it will be something great to have many artists on ground.
Indeed.
For chalkboard.
Indeed, Tony. You just reminded me. One of the workplaces I was at once upon a time. I was once in the marketing division, and I would hire a chalkboard artist to at least come and do some depictions. In, like, say, for example, the canteen area or in the hallway. Be it what you may, like to promote functions or whatever it might be. My first question to you is there more of a demand in the business world regarding chalk artists? And also, something I wanted to ask you is, sorry to be burdening you with so many questions at once, but is chalkboard taking on a new movement? Is it now becoming prevalent, say, like in homes, for example, where you would have a focal point with a chalkboard depiction? Is it taking on a new role, so to speak?
Yes, I can say it. I can put it that way because now people, they want something to be drawn by hand, than having only graphic design is being printed by machine, having a banner and all of that in the restaurant and all over there. But they want that art. It can be easily remove or changeable, but it's been done by hand. We can also, obviously, when you talk about that chalkboard, you're not going to write only, and you can see it's about creativity, about art. When you bring that such of art there, they want it really. Today, most of places, they are recommending they want to really the art to be done on chalkboard style. It's really taking over, and I can say it's going like somewhere, and it's really some kind of art. Many people as artists, especially graphic designer, when you are good in handwriting, especially, and you can draw as an artist, for those who are artists already, and for those who are not, I would advise people really to learn about chalkboard art. It's something really tomorrow it can take over.
How long does it take one to become a chalkboard artist?
I can say it depends on somebody's abilities. When it comes to
roughly a guesstimate. How long would it take for somebody to grasp the basics of chalkboard art?
I know, those some people are next to me, they've learned it within 3-4 months.
Okay.
From within 3-4 months, when they are just seeing how you're doing the stuff, it becomes easy. Only the challenge can be in the beginning, to having that hand free. But it requires only exercise. Yeah, it requires only exercise. When you do within a month, exercise, 2 months, you become a chalkboard artist. It doesn't really take a lot of time for you to become a really chalkboard artist.
Tony, a reason why I asked you the question earlier on about, how a chalkboard art is expanding itself, in different forms. I'm looking at your website, and I see that there's some very interesting, shall we say, renditions, chalkboard style renditions on columns and pillars and walls. Are we seeing a lot of that?
Yes, you see, when you check on my website, you'll see there are different type of chalkboard I've done. Some of them, not even in the banks. They can call you in the bank, instead of them just printing a banner or sticker on the wall, they want those walls to be done for chalkboard if you look at my website. So those are type of things we are talking about.
Right.
And people, they want those things, those movements, those expressions to be done by a human being, by hand. Which is something really, it's really something will be, I believe that tomorrow or after tomorrow, people will stick really on chalkboard.
Indeed. Tony, so let's look at you mentioned your website, Chalkboard Artist. Tell us about your what you offer in terms of training, and what can one achieve coming on board the Chalkboard Artist?
When somebody somebody want to learn via my website, first of all, my website, if they want to know about Tony Luza, is www.chalkboard.co.za. That's where they'll find some stuff I've done and I'm still doing until now. For those who want to learn or to be helped and get some training to becoming a chalkboard, I do have a contact form there. By filling that form only there, by filling the form via the website, within 5 minutes, 2 minutes, I'll get the message, and I always go back to people who are contacting me online.
Indeed.
By just mentioning what they want, and we can communicate.
Are a lot of people becoming attracted to this form of art? Are you seeing a lot of interest happening as of late?
I do, really, I do. Now there are some youth I'm really assisting and trying to help to become, unfortunately, majority of them, they didn't go to art school. They don't have really school skills on artists, having a knowledge of drawing, but they are learning, and some of them I can just send them to other places. When I'm not there, they can go and represent me. It's going. So that's how I'm saying we are few on ground. Majority, we are always sticking on the normal doing painting or different styles, but we are few people who are concentrating on chalkboard.
Tony, we're going to go for a short commercial break once again. When we come back, let's wrap up about the merits and the advantages of chalkboard drawing. Joining me on the line, we have Tony Luza, who's an artist from Chalkboard Artist, telling us all about the art of chalk drawing. We'll be back after this.
Chai FM, your station of choice since 2008.
It's just about going 9 minutes to the top of the hour, 9 minutes to 4. I will bring you a detailed news update. Until then, joining me on the line, we have Tony Luza, who's an artist from Chalkboard Artists. Tony, once again, thanks for taking the time to join us. So, Tony, at this stage, I always invite my guests, to put it out there about chalk drawing, rather, the art of chalk drawing. What is it you'd like to promote about it, and what would you like to tell our listeners about it? Of course, we will recap on your contact details. But first things first, how would you like to promote chalk drawing?
The way I would like to promote chalkboard is by telling people that really chalkboard is something it can really sustain your life, can bring a really income in your business. It can be one of the very good business, because many people are not concentrating in doing it. By opening or even business of chalkboard, really, because there are lots you can do as an artist of chalkboard. And by business of chalkboard, you can be only somebody who's making the board, those chalkboard, or not being an artist. I've seen people who are making a lot of money and making income by doing only the board, because sometimes we get stuck to get material by selling material. Yes, we get stuck because there are few shops who are selling chalk markers. You can be coming from something and you drive until Haltis that side to collect the chalk mark, which means it's a little bit difficult. If you go even to the shops who are around here, they're a little bit difficult to get. But normal chalk, those are chalk you can erase, and those one you can find them anyway. But when you're going to really chalkboard, chalk markers, and chalk paint, something that you can't find easily, and in that industry, especially the way I was saying, the big artists of chalkboard, we are few in the market. We are really finding a lot of artists. That is the thinking challenges I can say, or I can promote about chalkboard art.
Indeed. Tony, we're going to leave it there. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon to tell us all about the art of chalk drawing and the potential there is in a chalk drawing, and how it can be incorporated from a business perspective and into businesses wanting chalk drawing depictions. Tony Luza, artist from Chalkboard Artists. You can find out more about Tony's website. That's www.chalkboard.co.za. www.chalkboard, all one word, .co.za.